And could it possibly be that I change again? Yes, again and again. There will likely be more videos while I'll be sitting there. A change is coming. I'll probably change again. Like video editing or even music editing or production, whatever kind of artist you are, really. Your journey as a artistic, creative person, a composer, a musician, a producer is not linear. There's not like this just thing that you go from here and say you can plan out exactly what happens. It's full of cycles. It's full of pivots. You've heard the word pivot. I'm going to pivot. You change from thing to thing. You reinvent yourself over and over again. You're going to grow. You're going to plateau. You're going to get stuck. And then you're going to find your way forward again. Each version of this journey, every version of yourself as an artist has its own lessons and stories that you can go back to and say, oh God, I remember when that happened. But none of them are final. Each one of them, even bad, awful, terrible things, are just ways that you are course corrected. In my view, that's God kind of course correcting me from thing to thing. Every time I'm kind of going down maybe the wrong road, something happens to push me back on the road that I have been on my whole life and I continue to do. The industry is just like this. The music industry is always changing. We talk about it on this channel every week, how the music industry is changing. New trends, new platforms, new technology. We're going to be talking about that all the time as usual on this channel, and there'll be whole podcasts about AI, about different kinds of free samples and orchestras that come out, or different things that are happening in the industry that sync itself, music licensing itself, and stock music, and is going down and not worth doing. That depends on who you are. And same with music licensing, same with being an artist, same with being a music producer. And your voice, your sound, your message is also going to change. What you want to do is going to change. I am doing way more positive stuff than strictly a lot of the early stuff as a producer was very based in the gospel industry, and many things were on the religious side of things, the sacred side of things, and now, or they were in the jazz world, and now I'm doing all sorts of genres. I'm doing so many things, but all of that comes from my journey through Nashville as a music producer and working for people in so many different genres and meeting so different people. All of that comes from change, my friends. What spoke to me last year, what the things that really were important to me 10 years ago, 20 years ago, are not the things that are important to me now. I could have cared less about music history when I was 18 years old. I could have cared less about music theory. I thought it was the stupidest thing in the world when I was 18, 19, and in college the first time. I could have cared less. I look back at that person and I want to slap him. I want to slap him hard and tell him to not open credit accounts and tell him to get serious about music and get that degree out of the way. But I can't, because I changed. I'm different now. You have to be flexible and curious and open to those changes when they come, and not just feel like, oh, I'm abandoning everything I was, or now I'm getting this way. Don't be afraid to start over if you have to. Reimagine everything you're doing and do it again. Even if you just did it, even if you did it 10 years ago and you said, I've kind of become this person now. Now I want to become this person. That's okay. Go do it. Explore all of those places where, I heard this mentioned the other day, where discomfort meets discovery. Find those places that are not comfortable, that you didn't like. I am not comfortable with 12-tone music. I'm not comfortable with reading music or the technical side of things. But when I dive into it and I apply my version to it, good things happen. And when you change again and again, you don't have to lose yourself. You can just reveal another layer of who you are, of what you are. And that's what keeps your music real, and it keeps it alive. It keeps it growing, is that endless change, that endless evolution of your music. And that's a good thing. There's no way I'm going to get out of talking about change without a Walt Disney quote. Around here, we don't look backwards for very long. We keep moving forward. If there's one thing that Disney and Universal, if there's one thing they do, is change. They change all the time. Right now, the Magic Kingdom is completely changing over one side of its park. They're also changing animal Kingdom one side of its bark. They're also changing another side of Hollywood studios. They just added the Star Wars side and the Toy Story side. They're always changing things. They're always completely reinventing things. Universal Studios just opened a new park, completely new. And they're always changing things. Do you need to change now? Do you need to move forward? Can it happen now? And you might as well get used to it, because change will always be part of your life, and you will always be evolving with change. And that's a good thing. It's a really good thing.